Well, it's Monday morning. Man, I tried to get out of bed at 6 a.m. Couldn't do it. Not possible. Not possible. Well, but I don't know. I think that the only way that I can wait, 6 a.m. is not even that early. Let's just back up. So the other day, I don't know, Thursday, early morn, beware the morgue, lad. I'm coming up on some fog right now. I was gonna run 8 miles. I only had time to get in 4. I did 8 last night. After working on building a chicken coop all day. I don't even know how I even did it. I think I left the house slightly after 7. I ran into the darkness of the night. My son's like, "Are you going to run 8 miles right now?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "That is insane." And I'm like, "That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it's an insane thing to do." And then I said, "It builds character. Now get your shoes. You're going with me." No, he won't. He's like, there's no way. I actually blew his mind yesterday. His mind was blown because he asked me if I could touch my toes, and I said that I could, and he said that he can't. And I'm like, that can't be true. Like, you are young and elasticy and Gumby. No, but he couldn't do it. But granted, he wouldn't take his time. I'm like, dude, you got to breathe. And then slowly, like, your muscles aren't warmed up, you'll get there. But he was like, no, it hurts. And I remember that too. When I was a kid and you would have to stretch in gym, I wouldn't want to, like, you would sit with your legs straight out in front of you and you would do the reach test, and it was uncomfortable and it hurt and I didn't like it. It wasn't until I got older that I was like, you stretch through the pain. You stretch and you breathe and you touch those damn toes. And so he couldn't do it, and then I got up and I touched my toes, and it just blew his mind that his 42-year-old dad could touch his toes. Here's the thing. I was not able to touch my toes until I want to say, I'm driving into like the thickest fog right now. I'm about to just run into Dave Attell holding a lantern going, "Who goes there?" If you don't know that reference, it's a joke that he did from Hot Cross Buns Netflix special. He said that he looks best in the fog holding a lantern. That's when he's at his best. Damn funny. He's probably the best stand-up comedian right now. I am digressing so hard right now. We'll go back. I'm going to circle back to that. Give him his flowers, sunflowers. Where is this fog coming from? I'm not even by a river. Got a steamboat over here? So, yeah, I couldn't touch my toes until in my late 30s. And I don't remember if it was something that I accomplished before I ruptured my Achilles tendon and then healed myself by doing deep stretch yoga every day for 90 days, which is basically just regular stretches. But yeah, and then I could touch them, but I was never able to. My entire life, I was just a chubby little kid that couldn't touch his toes. All the way up until my late 30s, I was just this chubby little child that was unable to touch his little piggies. But that's all changed. Now I put my son to shame with touching my toes. All right, so let's go back to Dave Attell. Dave Attell, dude, I'm going to tell you right now. I've watched a lot of stand-up, seen a lot of stand-up live. There are very few comics that make me laugh continuous through their set where I cry tears. Dave Attell, the last time, a few months ago when he was in Omaha, I've worked with him before, so I've got to open for him, hang out with him, chat up stories. Cool dude. But this time I went with my wife and another friends, friend and his wife, who's also a friend, so two friends. I don't know how to phrase it, but we sat in the middle of the crowd. You know, like I never do that. I'm always off in the back in a mysterious corner in a shadow. And just sitting around that and like in the midst of the crowd and his thing, dude, I cried tears, man. He is a master of the twist. That's what it is. He just, that's the whole thing is, you take someone somewhere with a story, and then at the very end of it, you do a little twist. That's the punch. You laugh hysterically. So good. So damn funny, man. I think he's number one. Stand-up comedian. Like, granted, he's not out there making the most money. He's not, a shirtless Bert Kreischer in an arena. Thank God. But he is I don't know, dude. One of the best. Like, he is on top of his game, man. Just everything. His cadence, his tone, the way he talks, just his voice, everything about it. So good. Yeah, I can touch my toes. So that's where we're at in this life. And my son can't. So anytime that he does, he does something to surpass me. Like when he's about taller than me. It is a crime against humanity. And I've told him repeatedly that if he's taller than me, I will not be looking up at him. When I speak to him, he will kneel before me. And then he stands on his tippy toes and looks down at me and says, I will kneel before him. So, I mean, there's already some great tension going on. But if he's taller than me, I'm going to go, yeah, touch your toes. Just got to work on it. I got to buy some PE shorts and a whistle. And I need to get him into shape. Man, this fog. Now I'm driving by combines in the fog. What a morn. That's going on right now. So, I came across this article. Here, it's Russia to seize assets of international Satanists. And every single article that I've read on it, they title it like Politico, and this other one, Moscow has put several non-existent organizations on the blacklist. How is that even possible? Of course there's international Satanist groups. Look at the Church of Satan. Hello? But I like how they're like, this doesn't even exist. Yeah, have you watched any rap videos lately? Have you heard of Lil Nas? Recently, he was just parading down the street in his whitey tighties. He was arrested. Satanists. All of these, like the Illuminati. Look at it, They're all doing the symbolism. They're all doing the one eyeballs. I got a call going on here right now. Who knows what it is? I can't answer it right now. I'm doing a podcast by driving through a fog storm. So that's cool. At least Russia's, making an attempt. It'd be like the United States would be like, we've elevated the status of international Satanists and we're going to give them tax breaks. So thinking about it real quick, I'm going to ask you, and then you can answer in your head, or you can email me at AustinAndersonShow@gmail.com. But the question for you is, who would you rather be taken over by? Would you rather be taken over by communists or Russia? China or Russia? Who would you rather? I'm gonna go with Russia. Russia over China, for sure. And the other thing that came up, I found this news video. This is insane, dude. I don't know everything. I don't know all about it yet. I just listened to it for just a little bit and read a little bit about it. But California, they've completely lost their mind. So during all this free speech insanity that's going on, with Jimmy Kimmel getting taken off the air, which I also heard through the grapevine that it has nothing to do, like the reason why he was taken off the air, like by like Disney, Bob Iger or whatever his name is, and company, they just used this as an excuse to pull him out because his ratings suck and the show's expensive, and they want to use this as a tool to renegotiate and pay him less. And they also want to do it without giving conservatives a nod in the process. So they've just seized the opportunity, and that's what's really going on. But anyways, during all this, and people are like, free speech is being attacked, Jimmy Kimmel, who we never ever watched, is taken off the air. Like, so many people on the internet, like on social media and stuff like that, the feeds, man. It's like, none of you people even watch Jimmy Kimmel. All right? All of a sudden, you're his, like, biggest proponent. But so during all this in California, on September 10th, by the way, the day of the fateful assassination, through the Congress and the Senate, a bill passed that if you post any hate speech on... Okay, so the bill passed through the Congress and the Senate in California. All they have to do is get the California psycho, Gavin Newsom, to sign off on it. And if he does, if you say anything hateful, any hate speech on social media, you can get a $500,000 to $1 million fine. So while the left is going insane about free speech and Jimmy Kimmel this, Jimmy Kimmel that, California is literally putting in the most insane anti-free speech laws in the entire country of the United States of America. By that vampire dude. Come on, you can't like in this press conference where they're talking about this bill. I mean, Newsom with the hair, he looks like a damn vampire. He looks like Dracula, man. Along with freaking Christian Bale from American Psycho. But he's got his collar open with no tie and his hair back, and it just looks like he wants to bite your neck, suck your blood, do some freaking satanic rituals at Disneyland. He looked like he was on his way to do some satanic rituals at Disneyland. That's probably that, dude. It's a shame. It's a shame that Charlie Kirk was just coldly, brutally assassinated. That dude could have... He's 31, so like in 10 years, whatever, as long when he gets over the age of 35, he could have ran for president and won. He would actually have been like a legitimately good president outside the system, for real. That's why he had to go, I'm sure. I mean, he was going across all the college campuses. Granted, you know, obviously a lot of people hated him, but a lot of people loved him. So he would have built those core memories with all those students who then would have became voters and voted for him. Not became, they already were, but you get what I'm saying. But anytime anyone comes around and is like, we got to have a conversation, we need unity, we need to get along, boom! They're dead. George Carlin's got a whole bit about it, so just check that out. George Carlin just said he just got a ticket to the freak show. He just sits back and just watches it. He said that he's rooting for that comet in one interview. He just couldn't take it anymore. Dude snapped. Snapped like a rubber band, dude. That funeral for Charlie Kirk, I mean, that is the most incredible thing that I have ever seen. All those people, all those speakers. My wife's like, why did they kill him? I don't know. Everybody, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be like a lone, shooter. Whatever. Lone, trans-loving, furry-loving shooter. But I like the way people talk whenever I'm out and about in conversations, no one frames it like it's. They're just like, yeah, they took him out. Like, that's just, I don't know. I think that's just default for people. No one's like diving into conspiracies or this or that when speaking about it, just out in reality. Now, I'm not talking about virtual reality on the internets. I'm just talking about, they're like, yeah, they took him out and he had to go. I don't know. That's just how people are speaking. But my wife's like, it's not like he had any power. I'm like, he didn't have any power. Look at this. Look at every single person in the administration. The President of the United States is speaking at his funeral. There's 100, 200,000 people in the state. Yeah, dude had some power. Dude had some power. But everybody, like all the speeches that I saw last night before nighty night, I mean, shared the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it was wildly cool. It just is. I mean, his wife, Erica, forgave the shooter. I mean, that is hardcore awesome. That's real Christianity right there. That's top tier Christianity right there. And then Trump comes on and he's like, forgive, pray for your enemies. Trump's like, I want the worst for them. What did, well, I think I have it written down. Yeah, Trump. Charlie did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. So Erica comes out and is like, I forgive the shooter, and Trump's like, I hate my opponent. I want him to just, his life to be, I want it to befall with tragedy. I don't know. I had a better phrase in my head, but it didn't come out. My allergies are just hardcore. It's because they're starting the harvest, and I just live in a field of corn. There's no escape. What am I going to double mask it? What am I going to do? Pierce my septum and double mask my face? I don't know what's going on with the bull nose ring. The bull ring, like in the septum piercing, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know, man. Based on what I'm seeing on the internets, if you have that ring in your nose, you are an unhinged person. I don't want to say like everyone, but there's enough of you. There's enough of them that are absolutely insane that it's kind of just making it a generalized thing. That if you have that, obviously, we need to stay away from you in public. Like if I'm going down a grocery aisle and there is someone with multicolored hair and a nose septum ring, I'm not going down that aisle. I'm waiting it out next to the end cap until it's over. And I have a name that I will be as I'm swerving across. Come on. That's not what it is. Oh. This is, I'm trying to find it. Okay, yeah. I am calling it... What is the hell? All right. Yeah, I'm calling it the Bebop. That's what I'm going to call it. I just had to make sure it wasn't Rocksteady. I knew that it was Bebop, but I wanted to be sure. I call it the Bebop. So if I call it the Bebop Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, growing up, there was a bad guy who was a human pig, and it has that nose ring. So just to make it easier, I'm going to say the Bebop. So if I'm at the grocery store and I'm going to go down an aisle and there is a woman there with the Bebop, dude, I'm hanging out at the end cap and I'm not going down. There. It's the formulated sentence that I wanted to convey. Because based on the internet, dude, I mean, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Dude, I mean, there are some insane videos out there of people just cackling, laughing like witches. There are some disturbing videos. This dude that I've interviewed on the radio a couple times back in the day, who's built up a huge following, just pointing out the absolute insanity and mental illness of people. Joey B, one of his latest videos from over the weekend, like he's put together some of these clips of just people just like laughing like with pure pleasure about the assassination, and it is, I mean, it'll send, I mean, it's hardcore. It'll send goosebumps, goosies all the way down your spine. All the way down your spine and tickle the hair above your butt crack. I'm telling you right now. It is wild. And he made a good point. He's like, this is someone's neighbor. Like, there was this one guy, dude. I mean, it was bizarre. It was so many demons, a legion of demons in this guy. The way he, it can't even be explained. Maybe I'll pull the audio clip and I'll play it on tomorrow's show. I don't know. I wanted to set up a camera today and go and do the show on video. But like I said, I can't get out of bed. Like, I think in order to get out of bed at 6 a.m. isn't that early, but I told you I ran 8 miles yesterday. And I couldn't do it. But I could have if I hid my phone. Does anybody else in this world have to, do you have to hide your phone? I do. Sometimes if I want to really get up, I got to make sure I need to put my phone across the room or in the other room, set the alarm so I have to get up, walk to it, and then I'll be up. But if my phone's just on my nightstand and it's going off, dude, I'm hitting snooze dozens of times if I'm tired. But I can't be anymore. The problem is that I don't really have a good space to just be able to, it'll be inconsistent. If I do video for this podcast, it'll be inconsistent at first. It won't be in the same place. Which maybe doesn't matter, you know. It'll most likely be outside in the elements. So it'll have to be nice, still mornings. I'll figure it out. So maybe that'll be tomorrow. Maybe it won't. I got a very early morning tomorrow. We shall see, but where I am, it's a beautiful morning. I'm out of the fog. I'm nowhere near the morgue. We got blue skies, got a yellow sun, slightly dimmed from chemtrails, and just ready to get after it this week. Just go out there. Things that you've been wanting to do, go do them. Now's the time to start. Just make that first move. Just get that first small win, baby. Go out there and do it. Subscribe to your streaming service, to the show on whatever streaming platform you use. Give a follow on YouTube. Oh, I think I might be at 10. I'm at 9 or 10. Oh, climbing the ranks, dude. About to hit double digits. Look out. Look out. It's going to the top. Wow. Yeah, give me a guitar. Play the strings. We'll see you tomorrow. Or actually, well, you'll hear me tomorrow. All right, good day.